Hello and good morning. It is June 25th, 2024, and I am Dave from Anvil Logistics. And for the benefit of people who haven't watched the channel before, and apologies to people who have, I'm going to give you a little explanation about who I am and what I do and why we do post these YouTube videos. So as I said before, my name's Dave and I have a little company called Anvil Logistics Limited, and it is just me. And I am a self-employed, full-time courier. I tend to specialise where I can in the transportation of hazardous loads. Loads that are flammable or considered dangerous, but I'll do any other work as well. And what these videos do, I tend to do a week in the life videos explaining how the week's gone, what I've done, where I've been, and it hopefully gives people an overview of what life can be like as a same-day courier. Now, I've been posting these videos for well over, in fact it's 2 years now, and gradually, slowly, my subscriptions have increased, which is amazing when you consider that it's a fat, bald man going on about delivering in a van. But what I hope people can get out of it, especially those who possibly are thinking of starting in this industry, is to show that you can earn a living. It's difficult at times. Sometimes all your ducks line up and it works great, and sometimes it's really hard. How expensive it can be to run a vehicle full time. And if you watch this video, and you can check out my back library of all the other videos I've done, because they literally start from when I started, when I actually announced that I was going to become self-employed and start a YouTube channel. So I didn't even have a van, it was just a plan. The van was ordered, and how it's developed and how certain things have changed. Since then I bought a newer van, and the other one was rubbish. And you know, you morph and change into things as you go along. So that's the purpose of these videos that I put out, to try and help people, give them tips wherever possible, warn them about things that I've done wrong, because I say it warts and all. And when it goes horribly wrong, I'll tell you it's gone wrong because I've made a mistake. And you can see it's not all roses, but it can be good. Benefits of the job for me are the freedom. I'm self-employed now, so I can choose when I work. You get to see different parts of the country, and I go to lots of different types of clients. I don't do the same job day in, day out. So I hope that gives you an explanation of why these videos are out there. I'm not the only one who posts videos. There are several YouTube channels obviously devoted to working as a courier, and I am not the most subscribed to person, but I'm my favourite. Anyway, this week, well, it's Tuesday now, and yesterday I did work, but I didn't put a full day in because I was knackered from the weekend working on the house. So all I did was a couple of local jobs, but it tied in nicely for me. So I actually got work off the Courier exchange yesterday instead of my own regular customer. So I picked up a job in Rochdale, which is just down the road from where I live. Took a job up to Leeds. And then from there, I got a job in Leeds that went to Manchester Airport. At a decent price as well, I might add. Because sometimes working on the Courier exchange, it can be difficult to get a good price, and I tend to use it as a backload site. But I got, pretty decent money. That got me to Manchester Airport at lunchtime, and that was handy because last week I actually completed my known cargo examination, and I got my certificate email, but I didn't have my pass. And my regular customers have kindly arranged for me to get a pass. And the pass was at the office at Manchester Airport. So that meant I could pop in and get my pass, which is there. So now I am free to collect known cargo, which just adds, I put that sun visor up, another string to my bow. So what does that leave us with today? After that, I packed it in and got home early because I'm in a band and we rehearse on a Monday night. If you want to check out the band, you can. We're called The Anviliers. So it's Anvil and then double ERS on the end. And you'll find we've got a YouTube channel on Facebook, things like that. We're just a three-piece and we do pubs and that kind of stuff. So we're not exactly what you call World Stadium Tour merchants. And we're all getting on a bit and we all do it for a bit of a giggle. It's certainly not for the money. But we enjoy it and that's what matters. And that's what I like to do in my leisure time. Bit of music and play the odd gig or two. Today sees me working for a regular customer of mine. And I'm going to be working all day for them today. So that keeps me busy, keeps me out of trouble. So this morning I got myself out of bed early and I was in Manchester Airport collecting freight that had come in from India. And I picked it up, took it round to another freight handler who cleared it for customs. And I'm now taking it up to Leeds, where I'll deliver it. It's all, it's wool actually, woolen suits. And it's in a combination of a big massive crate with hanging suits on. And then loads and loads of boxes that are quite heavy. And the trouble is, they're on pallets. However, the place I'm going to, no forklift truck. It's going to be all handball off, which is one of the downsides of the job sometimes. But you just crack on with it and get it done, don't you? Once I've done that, I'm heading over to Sheffield. I'm collecting some known cargo, which means it's already been pre-cleared for customs. And then I'm going to take that to an air freight handler at Manchester Airport. Then I'm whipping up to Accrington, collecting some freight there, where I'll take that to Trafford Park in Manchester, where it'll be moved down to Heathrow. And then picking up on some other items in Trafford Park and taking them to Manchester Airport. So that will be a full day's work. And I'll get a good day's money out of it. But I won't do mega miles because a lot of my work does involve going to the other end of the country sometimes, which is interesting. But obviously can eat into fuel a lot. Whereas today, it won't be mega miles. And I'll be home in time and I think I'll probably watch the England game tonight. So I will let you know during the video how the rest of the week went and thank you for watching. It's Wednesday, 26 and we're not working today. The reason why I'm not working is my own customers weren't busy. And I had a look on the CX, the Courier Exchange this morning, and put a few bids in, couldn't get anything, and decided it's a nice day. I'm going to carry on with these projects in the garden. So that is where I am. I'm at the back of Anvil HQ at the moment, and we're carrying on with some of our projects. We'll hopefully be back at work tomorrow. Sometimes it's like this. I could have stuck it out and bid for summer, but to be honest with you, some of the shippers, when it's quiet, they want you to do it for nothing. So we are carrying on with our ongoing projects. At the moment, staircase here at the side of the conservatory that goes down the side of the house. And we've done this one here, rebuilt this staircase. And we're just generally working our way, tidying up the garden and just making it a bit more nice looking, because to be honest with you, I left it all over the winter. I hate it, I hate gardening. And I just thought, you know what? I'm gonna get stuck in. So for the past few weekends, I've been stuck in tidying up this garden. it goes on all behind there as well, because you get quite a bit of land with this house, but I've kind of given that back to nature. And then over here, even there to the side of the garage, got to tackle all over this yet. I've had to rebuild these stairs, and I'm going to have to rebuild all these walls here because they've started to rot now. So you can see I've still got plenty to do. So I'm going to crack on with it, and then we'll see if we get any luck tomorrow. But what can you do? If it ain't busy, it ain't busy. And whilst it's dry and I can get something done, I'll get something done. It's Thursday now. It's the 27th. So after yesterday's no work, and instead electing to do a bit of the old DIY in the garden, today was possibly looking like it was going to be similar. I got a message from my regular customer to say that it was looking quiet again, and that if I was to get something, let them know. So I went out for a meal with the wife last night and got in, thought, well, I'm not going to get up dead early, there's no point, I didn't have anything booked in. So I got up leisurely this morning, basically the same time as my good lady wife, had some breakfast. She was going out with her friend, and I thought I'll do some paperwork and keep an eye on the feed, and then if my customers ring me, I can go then. Anyway, I did actually put a few bids in, and I got a bid accepted from quite a big shipper at a surprisingly good price for CX. So a long wheelbase van job. It was €4 pallets, fit quite easily in this van, about 700 kilograms in weight, going down to the Coventry area, and I got it for £1.30 a mile, which to me is an acceptable rate for a long wheelbase van. Now, unfortunately, it's quite rare you actually get it for that amount of money on the CX nowadays, so I'm sure they would have had cheaper ones. Maybe they were looking at feedback, maybe they just wanted ample logistics to do it. But I have done quite a bit of work for this shipper over the last few years, so maybe they thought he's all right. He's not the cheapest, but he's all right. Anyway, I got that job, and then as luck would have it, whilst I was on the phone to that company, my customers rang me with the offer of a better job. But I couldn't do it then, because I will not stiff somebody just to get a better job of somebody else. It's not fair. Once I've accepted a job, I have to take it. So I couldn't do that one. So I've done that, and I've had a look, and there was quite a bit of work in Coventry. But I got a phone call off our pals at Freddie Fletcher Limited to ask if I was available to do a site clearance tomorrow down West London, Twickenham area, which I could have done, but I needed to get home tonight, so it didn't make it financially worthwhile for me, unfortunately. However, a compromise has been reached, and he's got a load for me going from Stockport down to Twickenham, and then I can do the site clearance, so I'm going to get paid both ways. So you've got to do the maths on things like this, swallow the dead miles back to Stockport to pick the gear up, or not do it. So, and then take a chance that you'll get a back load back up north, which would probably be a reduced rate. So mathematically, it works out better for me to hot foot back to Stockport, which we're doing now. We're on the old M6. Grab the gear, get myself home, and then get up early tomorrow, get myself down to Twickers, deliver, clear the site, get myself back up north. Financially, it works out better for me, that. So that's what we're going to do. Now, what it will do, the week itself will not be a glorious week. I won't be draped in pound coins this week, I'm afraid, because I've not worked enough. But tomorrow's job will go a significant way in helping to retrieve it a bit. And that's all you can hope for. I've had 3 weeks on the bounce of absolutely decent money, really good money. So to have a week that doesn't pay as well, and I haven't worked a lot, then you take up the chin. We'll see what tomorrow brings. I'll work out the maths on it tomorrow. But I would suspect that I will be below my weekly target, but I'll have only worked about 3 and a bit days, or 3 days, to do it. So that should be all right. So that's us now. M6, just over an hour away from collecting the goods. I'll fill the van up on the way home, get some thing to eat, get everything ready for tomorrow, and get to bed early tonight, because it'll be an early get up tomorrow. But I do prefer them. Once you're out of bed, you're out of bed. And then you miss the traffic, and then hopefully, and fingers crossed, I'll get back in time to offload the site clearance stuff. I don't particularly want it on my van over the weekend. The van's in at Volkswagen on Saturday anyway, so I'd rather it was empty. It's not essential, but it helps out for Monday anyway, doesn't it? Well, it's Friday now. It's early morning. It's actually 4:40 a.m. and we've been on the road for over an hour. Early start, as we know, covering the job for James from Freddie Fletcher Limited, and it's a good job, and it will be helping me out a lot this week, because I'm taking some goods down to Twickenham, and then when I'm there, I'm going to do what's called a site clearance, which I can do because I have a waste license. Basically, it's just all the packaging that's been left from the installation. It'll be empty pallets, maybe some old equipment that's been replaced, cardboard packaging, etc. And taking all that back up to Stockport to James's customer, where they will dispose of it. So it's been a bit of a lifesaver, really, because the week has not been ideal. Day off and things like that, time off Monday, and so I didn't put a lot of hours in this week. But when I've worked out the maths, we are just slightly under the weekly target, which is not bad at all. Now, I actually work my figures out based on a 42-week year. So having days off here and there is academic. So even though on paper it looks as though I've had a poor week, it isn't, because I have basically 10 weeks to play with over the year, because I try to account for holidays and sickness and odd days off and bank holidays and things like that when I set my target. So in reality, it isn't too bad at all to be just under my weekly target in a short week. Is fantastic, because obviously I'll be planning to go on holiday and things like that, taking a couple of weeks off. And the only reason I haven't done it so far is just a personal reason with my wife and some family illnesses that are going on at the moment. But I'm looking forward to getting a break. So that's not bad. We're happy with the week. And what helps a lot of the time in this job, for those of you who are coming into it, for those who are already into it, I'm not trying to teach your mother how to suck eggs. I try and share information and things like that. Is contacts, making contacts with people in the industry and becoming friendly with those contacts, and then that way you can help each other out. I have passed work on to people that I can't complete, and then in this particular instance, James has passed me this work to do, which helps him and helps me, and it's mutual. I like James anyway. When it comes to people who post work, he is one of the better ones. He always gives a fair price, He always pays you on time, and he always gives you good information about the job you're doing, so you're not going into it blind. You know what you're going to expect. Now, last week, for example, obviously I made a video last week, as I do nearly every week, and when you left me, I was taking a job to Scotland and I finished it there. What I didn't say, because I'd already finished the video, was that Neil Neptune, who is someone else who has a YouTube channel, rang me because he knew I was coming up to Scotland to ask if I could cover some work for him, for his customer. And that got me back down to Cumbria. So that added to the week. It helped Neil out because it meant that he didn't have to do that particular job, because I think he had a couple of other things he needed to sort out. And it helped me out because it got me a backload or a part backload. So it's a mutually agreeable thing, and it works out. And that is what you really need to do. Besides working on the Courier Exchange or even get your own customers, getting to know as many people in the industry and maintaining a friendly relationship with them means that you can help each other out, and therefore pick up extra work that you possibly wouldn't have had. So we're going to leave the video this week. I hope it's giving you an example of what we do. This week is not a typical example because it was a very short week for me in terms of how many hours I've actually worked. Today I'll be getting down to Twickenham around 7:30. I'm hoping that the engineers will be on site. They'll take this part that they needed to complete the job, and then I can take all the packaging away fairly quickly, get it loaded and get back up to Stockport for around lunchtime. And then I'll be finishing because I started very early today, didn't I? And it will be a good day today because I'm getting paid to go there and back. And then tonight, my lad's in a band, they're playing. I'm going to try and go and see him. I'm going to see how tired I am. I have got a lot of paperwork to do because it's that time of the month when all your payments start coming through, and process them through and sort my VAT out and things like that. The van's going in to Volkswagen tomorrow morning. So fairly busy weekend, and then Sunday, if the weather's okay, I fancy going out for a day out somewhere with me and the missus. Now, thanks a lot for watching my YouTube channel. Thank you for subscribing, those who have subscribed. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe. It's free, no commitment, nothing at all. And if this video, you liked it or it's useful to you, I would greatly appreciate it if you could press the button down below you and give it a thumbs up. Helps me get the videos out there, helps to keep the channel going. And apart from that, have a cracking weekend, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks.